All right, YouTube, what is up? So, got home from the Laughlin Desert Classic. I knew I had something wrong with my front suspension, but I wasn't sure. And my four-wheel drive, I definitely knew it was not working. It's been going out kind of on and off the last 3 or 4 races. Last two big races, I've noticed that it just wasn't always engaged. It would be kind of engaged, and then it wouldn't be. But anyways, Polaris, they use more of a all-wheel drive system. I had an extra diff from Polaris. Thank you, really cool guy at Polaris that sent me a bunch of extra parts. When I bought my rig, it was kind of used. It was used at the press, and so they sent me a bunch of parts just to try to be cool and make it feel like it was a new rig, and I really do appreciate that. So guys at the Polaris have always been really cool to me, and thanks again. Anyway, so I ended up changing the diff. You have to come out from the passenger side. I wouldn't say it was hard, but it is time consuming. It basically has a big cage all the way around it. And you basically need to remove the whole cage. So I just loosened the ball joint over here, and then I was able to pop the CV axle out. You have to take a pin out of the drive line, and then you got to remove the whole cage and loosen the steering rack. And able to kind of squeeze it out the passenger side. Again, I wouldn't call it hard, but it is time consuming, and it would have sucked without a lift. So I'll put it that way. But luckily I do have a new diff that I put in there, so it should be good to go now. The old diff had 3,000 race miles on it, and either pre-running or just hard riding or race miles, and it really did a good job. I don't think it owed me any favors. I pushed it hard. And the diff isn't bad either. It's just not engaged anymore. I'm pretty sure it's the magnet. I don't know my subscriber's name. His tag is MB, but I really appreciate the hint on what it might be. I'm pretty sure that is what it is. It never made any noise. I never had like a bunch of metal shavings or any like real bad sounds. It just stopped engaging it. And it uses an electromagnet to engage the diff. And I believe that's burned up. So I'm going to try to rebuild my old diff and just kind of have it as a spare. But anyway, so yeah, I've got that fixed up. So that should be good now. And then my suspension. So let's talk about suspension. Matt at Desert Speed. He's going to be working on the old Can-Am too, which is going to be awesome. Does all my shock tuning. The Desert Classic, they had some huge jumps, and I was bombing them. And if you see this is all trophy truck parts now. So we have a trophy truck shaft and a new cup, and I can't even remember. A new uniball, and the whole setup, and it is badass. And the reason why I did this is on the Polaris, they use kind of a cheaper design, and I think for everyday riding it's going to be fine, but mine actually broke, and I'll show you kind of what happened. I don't have my old parts here. I accidentally left them at the tuner, but basically this is your cup and this is your shock shaft and your bottom piece, and on my stock Polaris this piece pushed through the cup, so my cup was actually resting right on the Cognito arm. So when I pulled it off, I couldn't really tell, and then when I pulled it off, it was a total disaster. I couldn't get the bolt out, and I realized it was all messed up. Even on the Can-Am, it's got a little bit better design as far as the cup. But what happens, if you look, you can see how it has a slit in here. Basically, I put enough pressure on it that it pushed this apart and then pushed the shock shaft past this cup. And yeah, not good. Not good at all. But yeah, so now I've got hardcore shock shafts, way better cup, the uniball, and everything's just heavy duty. And it also, like, I noticed like the spring was bigger than the cup, almost like it wanted to come off. So hopefully shocks are dialed now. They've been so awesome. I was freaking dominating in the proving grounds with the Polaris and the Desert Speed shocks. It was amazing. So there's nothing more important on any side-by-side. If you want to have fun, it's suspension. Like, that's the first place you should spend money as far as I'm concerned. That's why before I go to Baja, this bad boy is getting redone. Not that it's bad. It's okay, but it can be so much better. So it's not that it's bad. It's just I know how much better you can make the suspension with proper valving and spring setups and just the whole deal. So super stoked. But anyways, the Polaris, I'll get her put back together. She'll be back in one piece. I love this machine. I had a great year in it. I think I'll do an end of the year kind of race review and just go over everything. But honestly, I don't feel like it had very many problems for how hard I was on it. And man, I just love that machine, and I can't wait to kind of get this one up to the same level as the Polaris. But yeah, so anyways, thought I'd show you guys that. It's pretty cool. So he said he'd only seen it twice. Me and the guy that did the world championship longest jump record here in Utah. So I don't think it's that common, but if you're going hard and you want a cool upgrade, this is probably the way to go. This will not fail. So going to be pretty sweet. So anyways, guys, thanks. Tons more videos to come. I got a busy 10 days, and I'm going to try to put up a lot of stuff. And then we're off to have fun down in Baja. All right, guys, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.